Title: Cardi B speechless after Stefon Diggs' surprise announcement. The flashing lights of Los Angeles gleamed against the night sky as celebrities filled the red carpet for one of the year's biggest charity galas, the Stars Unite Foundation Ball. Cameras clicked, fans screamed, and the paparazzi nearly lost their minds when Stefon Diggs, the NFL superstar known for his charisma and quiet confidence, stepped out of a sleek black Rolls-Royce. But this time, something about him was different. He wasn't alone, and the world was about to witness a moment that would break the internet in seconds. Chapter 1: The Calm Before the Storm. Cardi B had just arrived at the gala herself, draped in a shimmering silver gown that caught every glimmer of light like 1,000 stars. The crowd roared as she posed, flipping her hair and blowing kisses to her fans. She had been all over the headlines lately, not just for her new music but also for the whispers about her rumored relationship with Stefon Diggs. They had been spotted at several private events, laughing, whispering, and dancing like two souls drawn together. But neither had confirmed anything. The internet was obsessed, torn between excitement and confusion. Cardi herself didn't know where things stood. They had chemistry, sure, but she wasn't sure if Stefon was serious, or just another man playing games under the spotlight. But tonight, that uncertainty was about to explode into something unforgettable. Chapter 2: The Unexpected Arrival. As the event went on, Cardi mingled with friends and other stars, sipping champagne and flashing her signature smile. Yet, every few minutes, her eyes drifted toward the stage. Stefon hadn't made his appearance yet, and that bothered her more than she wanted to admit. Then suddenly, a murmur swept through the crowd. Phones were lifted in the air. Stefon Diggs had entered. The tall, handsome athlete moved through the crowd like a king, elegant, confident, and carrying an energy that demanded attention. He wore a white tuxedo with a diamond-encrusted lapel pin that gleamed like ice. Cardi's heart skipped. She tried to play it cool, turning her head as if she hadn't noticed him. But Stefon's eyes locked on her instantly, and for a brief moment, the noise around them faded. He smiled. She smiled back, faintly. Then he headed straight for the stage. Chapter 3: The Shocking Moment. The host tapped the mic. "Ladies and gentlemen," she announced, "we have a special message tonight from one of our most generous guests, Stefon Diggs." Applause filled the hall. Cardi leaned forward, curious but cautious. Stefon adjusted the microphone, his voice calm but steady. "First of all," he began, "thank you to everyone who came to support this amazing cause. But I want to take a minute to speak from the heart." The room went quiet. The lights dimmed, focusing on him. He took a breath. "A lot of people see me as just a football player, someone who runs routes, scores touchdowns, and shows up on highlight reels. But lately, I've realized something much deeper. There's more to life than stats and trophies. There's love. There's loyalty. And there's finding someone who reminds you what real happiness feels like." A gasp moved through the crowd. Cardi's heart started pounding. Then Stefon smiled again, this time, softer. "So tonight," he continued, "I want to make it official. For months, people have speculated, questioned, and guessed. But now, I'm telling the world myself. I've found someone who inspires me, makes me laugh, and challenges me to be better every single day." The audience leaned forward. Cardi froze. Stefon pointed toward her. "That someone is Cardi B." Chapter 4: The Room explodes. The entire hall erupted. Cameras flashed like lightning. The crowd roared, some screaming, others stunned into silence. Cardi's jaw dropped, her hand flying to her mouth as tears welled in her eyes. She hadn't expected this, not here, not now. Stefon walked down the steps of the stage, moving through the cheering crowd as Cardi stood frozen in disbelief. When he reached her, he extended his hand. Cardi hesitated for a split second, then took it. He pulled her gently to the center of the room. "Cardi," he said softly, looking right into her eyes, "You've been through a lot, the highs, the lows, the public noise. But through all that, you've stayed real. You've stayed you. And that's what I fell for." The crowd quieted again, hanging on every word. "I'm not here to play games. I'm here to show you, and everyone else, that I'm serious about you." Then, from behind him, an assistant brought out a small black velvet box. The gasps grew louder. He opened it, not to reveal a ring, but a diamond bracelet, custom-made with the initials C and S intertwined in gold. "This isn't a proposal," he said, smiling. "Not yet. But it's a promise that I'm here, that I'm not running, and that whatever we build, it's going to be real." Chapter 5, Cardi's speechless reaction. Cardi tried to speak, but her voice caught in her throat. Tears shimmered down her cheeks as the crowd cheered and recorded the emotional moment. She shook her head in disbelief, still clutching Stefon's hand. "Boy, you really did this in front of everybody," she finally whispered, her voice trembling with a laugh. He chuckled. "Yeah. I wanted the world to know what my heart already does." She smiled through her tears, unable to stop herself from wrapping her arms around him. The audience went wild, clapping, shouting, chanting their names. Cardi buried her face in his chest, completely speechless, overwhelmed by the sincerity of it all. When she finally pulled back, she looked up at him and whispered, "You just made me believe in love again." Stefon smiled. "Then it was worth it." Chapter 6, After the Lights. Later that night, after the event ended and most guests had left, Cardi and Stefon slipped away to the balcony overlooking the city. The air was cool, the stars faint but visible above the skyline. Cardi still couldn't process everything. "You really had to do that in front of the whole world," she teased, leaning against him. He laughed. "I had to make sure nobody else tried to shoot their shot." She playfully hit his chest. "You're crazy." "I'm crazy about you," he said, pulling her closer. For the first time in a long while, Cardi didn't feel like a celebrity or a target of gossip, she just felt loved. She turned to him, her voice barely a whisper. "You sure you're ready for all that comes with me?" He nodded without hesitation. "I've faced tougher defenses." They both laughed, and the city lights shimmered beneath them, like 1,000 dreams finally aligning. Epilogue, the internet reacts. By morning, the world was on fire. Every headline read the same thing. Stefon Diggs makes surprise love announcement, confirms relationship with Cardi B live on stage. Clips of the moment went viral within hours. Fans flooded social media with reactions, memes, and heartfelt messages. And in one final Instagram post that broke records, Cardi B uploaded a photo of herself wearing the diamond bracelet, with a simple caption. "Speechless gemstone sparkling heart #CNS forever." The world didn't need any more words. The message was clear. Stefon Diggs had turned a rumor into reality, and Cardi B had finally found something real. In return. Title: Cardi B speechless after Stefon Diggs' surprise announcement. It was a chilly October evening in Los Angeles, and the red carpet outside the Dolby Theater gleamed under flashes of camera lights. Cardi B had just arrived, dazzling in a shimmering ruby gown that hugged her curves perfectly. Her hair flowed in long, caramel waves, and her signature confidence was on full display. The event was the annual Stars of Influence Gala, celebrating powerful figures who had made major impacts in entertainment, sports, and culture. Little did Cardi know, the night would end with her in total shock, her mouth literally falling open in disbelief after Stefon Diggs dropped an announcement that would shake both the entertainment and sports worlds. Chapter 1, A Quiet Storm Behind the Scenes. Cardi B had been on edge the entire week. Rumors had been swirling online, whispers that Stefon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills superstar receiver, had been planning something huge. Their friendship had become the talk of social media after they were spotted together multiple times during Fashion Week in New York. Fans had speculated that something more might be brewing between them, especially after Diggs posted a cryptic caption on Instagram. Sometimes blessings wear heels and speak their mind. The post had over 3 million likes, and everyone assumed he was talking about Cardi. But neither of them confirmed anything. When Cardi's team asked if she wanted to address it, she laughed and said, "Let them talk. I like to keep them guessing." Still, she couldn't help but feel curious, and a little nervous, about why Stefon had insisted she attend the gala. "You gone, thank me later, I promise," he had texted her earlier in the week, followed by a wink emoji. Chapter 2, The Night of the Gala. Inside the glittering ballroom, celebrities, athletes, and billionaires mingled beneath a chandelier that looked like falling diamonds. Cardi sat at a VIP table near the stage, sipping champagne and chatting with her stylist, Tokyo Styles. She was radiant, confident, and ready for whatever the night had in store. When Stefon Diggs walked in, heads turned instantly. Dressed in a tailored black velvet suit with a deep burgundy shirt underneath, he looked every bit the star athlete and gentleman. The two locked eyes from across the room, and for a brief moment, time seemed to slow. Cardi smirked and mouthed, "You look good." He winked back. After a few hours of laughter, awards, and performances, the host took the stage again and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a surprise special segment from someone who's made a major impact not just in sports, but in the culture at large. Give it up for Stefon Diggs." The crowd erupted in applause. Cardi tilted her head, whispering to her stylist, "Wait, he didn't tell me he was performing or talking." Her stylist shrugged. "Girl, maybe he's gonna shout you out." Cardi laughed, "He better not say nothing crazy." But she had no idea what was coming. Chapter 3, The Announcement That Shook the Room. Stefon walked up to the microphone, his calm demeanor contrasting the electric energy in the air. First off, he began, his deep voice echoing through the hall, "I just want to thank everyone who supported me, not only in football but in life. This past year has been a roller coaster, and I've learned a lot about purpose, passion, and people." He paused, looking directly at Cardi. The cameras immediately caught it. The audience murmured. "I've realized," he continued, "that sometimes, when God sends you someone who makes you laugh again, who challenges you, who brings light into your life when things get dark, you don't question it. You hold on." The crowd started whispering louder now. Cardi's eyes widened slightly, her heart racing. "And tonight," he said with a soft smile, "I want to make it official, to the world, and to her." The spotlight suddenly shifted. Straight onto Cardi B. She froze. Stefon turned to the audience and said, "I'm starting a new foundation, the B. Diggs Foundation, dedicated to empowering young women in music and sports. And the co-founder is right here." He pointed directly at Cardi. The audience gasped, followed by an explosion of cheers and applause. Cardi's jaw literally dropped. She blinked several times, trying to process what she just heard. Her hand flew to her chest as she mouthed, "Me?" Stefon laughed and nodded, motioning for her to come up on stage. As she stood, visibly shaken but smiling, the entire room gave her a standing ovation. The cameras flashed like starlight as she walked up, hugged him, and whispered, "You're crazy for this." He whispered back, "You deserve it." Chapter 4, A Speechless Cardi. When she reached the microphone, Cardi tried to speak but nothing came out at first. The audience laughed warmly, sensing her genuine surprise. I don't even know what to say right now," she finally stammered, shaking her head with a mix of shock and gratitude. "Like, wow. You really got me. I didn't know nothing about this." Stefon grinned, watching her with admiration. "I thought this man was gone, pull another prank or something," she continued, her Bronx accent thickening as she got emotional. "But this is real. This is beautiful." She turned to him. "You really did that?"